Hello, everybody. This is Dan with VotacCall. And we're just going to give it a minute or so here just to see if a few other people join, because we did have a few people register. But this is the VotacCall webinar series for VotacCall 1 for administrators. Again, we'll get started if anybody's joined. We'll get started in just a moment. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, again, thank you for coming. My name is Dan. I am the one of the directors here at VotacCall. And I'm going to conduct this training today and introduce you to the VotacCall 1 platform, mainly with a focus on administrators, just to familiarize you with some of the features and functionality that are available to you. But without further ado, why don't we just take a look at what we're going to be looking at today. So what are we learning about? Well, we're going to look at the VotacCall 1 feature set. We're going to look at the MyVotacall Portal, which is the web portal that everybody has access to. We're also going to take a look at VotacCall work from home and mobility tools. We do have a separate webinar that we'll be doing on working from home and mobility that will cover from an end user perspective a little bit more in depth on how you use our mobile client or the VotacCall Go web phone, the VotacCall Go mobile or web phone. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about some resources and some training materials that are available to everybody. With that being said, I want to say thank you for coming. It is always good, that people want to come and learn about this stuff. We do have training videos available to you, and we'll post some links for those. A couple questions that usually come up that I want to go ahead and just get out of the way. We'll try to keep this at about 30 minutes. Not sure, we may go over by a little bit, depending on questions, but we will open it up to questions at the end. If anybody has any questions or things that they want to review with us, based on what you're seeing here today. In addition to that, again, focus on admins today and focus on just general overview of the VotacCall 1 solution. But let's go ahead and just and take a look. Okay, so new features. We call them new features. If you're a first timer to VotacCall, they'll all be new features. If you're an existing client that's moving to VotacCall 1 from some of our older solutions, there'll be new features to you as well. First of all, so there'll be some feature and solution management tools. We also have a new mobile and web clients available. Again, VotacCall Go Mobile and VotacCall Go Web. Analytics and call reporting and call recording is all baked in to the solution now. We have offered those things in the past, but they were add-ons, bolt-ons that you had to go to another website to access. Everything is now available in the MyVotacall portal, and everything is available to every user, obviously with the admin consent to be able to view these things. But everything is available. There is one license in VotacCall 1. So, gone are the days of having to change which license type you have if you wanted to be a mobile user, or you wanted to use the desktop, or you wanted reporting or recording, or you wanted to be a call center agent. That is all built in now. We do offer voicemail to email transcription now. That is something that people have been asking for a long time, as well as one of our biggest requests was single sign-on, and we do offer that now. So single sign-on to log in with your Google account or with your Office 365 account. Last but not least, messaging, SMS and MMS. So sending text messages and sending multimedia, whether that's a file, a proposal, for instance, in sales, or a picture if you're in service or support, can all be sent to and from your work phone number. So again, another nice feature. So the MyVotacall admin portal, and in a minute I'm going to do a screen share. We're going to pull off of the slideshow here, and we're going to take a look at the MyVotacall portal and how you log in, and that will highlight a lot of the features and functionality that are available to you. So let's go ahead and just take a look at that. Just give me a moment while I share my screen. And we're going to go ahead now and we're going to take a look at this. So I have gone to myvotacall.com. That is how you access the MyVotacall portal. And again, I've gone to myvotacall.com. And I'm now going to log in. We could log in with a login name and password that we provide for you. But I'm going to log in actually with my Office 365 credentials rather than my Google credentials. I could log in with those as well, and soon Apple credentials as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on this, and I have now logged in. So I'm logged in from the Office Manager view. You can see here that we have some information about updating emergency addresses. We do support quite a bit for 911 and emergency addresses. So my current public IP does not match one on record for my emergency address. So I could update this, and I could go ahead and set my address. This is my work address, but I could go ahead and set my home address since I'm actually working from home today doing this. I'm just going to close this for now, but it would ask me to reset my address. Now I've landed here from an admin perspective. I've landed here on sort of a health check page. All right, I can see some active phone calls that are happening within our organization. I can see how many users I have, registered devices, how many auto attendants, how many call queues, conference bridges. I can see how many phone numbers we have. So right now we've got 4 active calls. We've taken 257 calls today. By the way, you're looking at VotACall Live. This is our system. We do actually use this. If you've spoken to someone at VotACall on the phone, you've been talking to us on our solution. So we've done 432 minutes today. So an average talk time of 2 minutes. We've had 2 inbound text messages, no outbound. And then as we keep going down here, so far this month, we've done 16,000 minutes on the phone. Last month, we did 24,000 minutes on the phone. So a little bit less than average so far this month. We do average about 21,000 minutes or 20,000 minutes a month. So I would say by the end of this week, we'll probably be up at that 20,000 mark. Okay. And then you can see some peak activities by hour. As we move across the top here, you've got these tabs. Home is the screen that we're on now. We're going to talk about the call center tab. The users tab, where you can manage your users. Conferences is where you'd actually manage a conference bridge. Auto attendance, call queues, where you manage the actual queues that are part of the call center tab. That jump to call queues there. You've got your time frames, music on hold, inventory, and call history. But we'll run right across the top here, and we'll focus on call center just to highlight a few features and some functionality. Okay, I have got here, all my different call queues. This is, if I clicked here, I'd see all of my call queues. If I wanted to uncheck that and just look at a specific call queue, I could. So we're looking at our contractor line right now. I've got no calls waiting, an average wait time of 5 seconds, an average handle time of 2 minutes, abandon rate of 0%. And 5 calls, call volume of 5, and 5 calls actually answered. Okay. If I wanted to change that and add in another queue, I would go ahead and click here and look at core. You'll see those statistics. I'm looking at both of those queues together now. I could also just view one. And again, you're going to see these numbers come in, and they'll start to change a little bit. Now, if I wanted to run a report, I could click here up to reports. Okay, and then I can start to see some different information, right? So I can run Q stats. I can run these for specific times and dates. This is looking at basically the last 24 hours. And I'm able to come in any one of these queues. Now I could focus on a specific queue. If I wanted to, I could go ahead and just take a look at, the contractor line queue, for instance. Okay, well, here's today. This has been our call volume. I could look at this for the last month if I wanted to. I also could view agent stats, agent availability, dialed numbers, abandoned calls, which is a very useful stat. And then I can also adjust my table settings over here to see different stats depending on what it is you're looking for. So again, very customizable. The good news is with us that we're always going to be that fully managed solution. So if you have any questions or if you need anything, you can always reach out to our 24/7, 365 support team. And they will actually help you. They can help you generate reports, run reports. But I just wanted to let you know that all this stuff is here from a feature perspective. So again, very helpful. Don't think of a call center so much as, somebody with, even though the icon shows a headset, but don't think of it as somebody with a headset on or anything along those lines. Think of it more along the lines of any group of phones that you need to ring together at any one given time. And maybe you're not collecting metrics now, but, in the future, any data that you have, you'll be able to run reports on, and that can be very, very helpful. You can also see that I can email reports, and then I can print and download specific reports as well. Now, if I wanted to see specifically people who had actually called into us, I would be able to come over here, and if any number that's blue, I can actually click on. So if I wanted to see my average talk time is 10 minutes, I could click right here, and I could actually see, okay, who did we talk to? Okay. And then I can go even further, and I can actually look at how that call rang, who it rang into, who did it ring to, who answered it. So I can see a lot of information, follow a lot of things around. But I'm going to go back to my call center tab here. And I'm actually going to click on Vision Analytics Boards. Okay. And that's actually going to pull up a slightly different window. So just give me a sec while I change my screen share. And I'm now dropping us into our Vision Analytics boards. And I'm going to look at my dashboard. Okay, so in my call center, I see, now think of a dashboard as a web page that you could share with people within the organization. You could put it up on a TV inside the office. People could view it from home. It can also be used as a report for folks. So you could use it as reporting, where you don't have to have an emailed report, or people don't have to go run reports. They can see all of this information live, right? So I can see our average wait time today is 24 seconds. Calls waiting, and my demo queue is 0. I can also see the different queues within the organization. I can see, okay, in the blue, which is our Dan demo, I've got, a bunch of calls that came in. Okay. In purple, down here, this is the core group. So I can see how their calls worked out throughout the day. And I can actually take a look at what's going on. These other queues were, so you can move around. You can see quite a bit of information, abandoned calls, calls waiting. All right. And then I can see different agents, how many phone calls that they've made today, and how many different folks, who's on the phone, who's not on the phone, etc. So again, a lot of information condensed right inside this dashboard. And again, folks, we'll hold questions just until the end here. Okay, so now we're going to move on from our call center tab, and we're going to go ahead and just bring ourselves right into users. Let's take a look at a few of the users. So to search for a user, you can search by site, right? So I could take a look at my different sites. We've got Boston and Norwood. I could look at my users. I can sort those by department, by extension number, by site. I could also just type it in. So let's say I was looking for Dan. There's my Dan Nicklin, and I go ahead and click on that. Okay, and then I can come into here, and you can see that I can manage Dan Nicklin. Here's where I can go ahead also and view answering rules. I can look at the voicemail tab and whether I want to enable the voicemail, set their operator, manage copying voicemails to other people's extensions, adjusting greetings, looking at unified messaging, so enabling transcription and emails that are being sent. In addition to that, I can also send an email when the mailbox is full, or I can send emails after missed calls as well, which can be very helpful in sales, things along those lines. Now, to manage greetings, you can have multiple different greetings here, and greetings can all be managed. So I could manage the greetings for Dan. Each user is going to have access to the same portal as well. So they'll also be able to see the same information. Now, you can see here, if I wanted to add a greeting, I could just click here. And I can do it 3 different ways. I can upload it if I have it recorded. I can hit record and put in a phone number that it calls me at. And I can actually do text to speech, which is another great feature of VotacCall One. You can use this for auto attendance as well. You actually type in what you want it to say, and then you choose the voice you want it to be in. If you look actually at my greetings, you can see I've got one here that says, "You've reached the desk of Dan Nicklin. I'm on vacation. Please leave a message or dial 0 to reach my coverage." Again, so very, very simple to do. That's the voicemail tab. From the answering rules tab, I have that ability to go ahead and set different answering rules, like where I want my phones to ring, call forwarding. That can all be done in here. You can see that there's one called Dan Voicemail, and I could go ahead and take a look at that. And that is based on a time frame called Dan Voicemail that we'll look at in a minute. And that actually turns and sends messages directly to voicemail at a certain hour. Okay, I could also have a vacation one enabled. Let's move over to phones. Here's where I can manage my phones. Forgive me, I have quite a few phones here, but if I wanted to take a look at a Polycom phone or a Yealink phone, for instance, I could just click here and go to my buttons. I can actually see a picture of the phone. All right, and then I can choose the button. And then I can actually program what I want that to be. Call park, user, so a light that lights up to see other users, which is called the BLF, busy lamp field. I can see call speed dials. I can toggle queues, toggle time frames. We can hot desk, log in and out of queues. Again, move my call, which would be if I started a call on my mobile client and go mobile, I would actually be able to pull that call over to my desk phone. But again, very, very simple to manage, and an end user can do this for themselves as well. So let's come off the user tab now, and let's move over to conferences. We do offer audio conference bridges, and those can be used for, to jump into. They can also be used to, jump into on the fly. Excuse me, that's what I meant to say there. Or you can assign a phone number to them so people can dial in. We can assign a PIN to it, as you can see, participants, require leaders, announce participants, etc. So if you have any questions on that, again, reach out to support. We can help you there. Auto attendance. This is a big one. People seem to really enjoy this. So I'll go to my test auto attendant. Okay, you can see here that if I want to manage the audio on this, I could add a greeting to my menu, text to speech, the same as we looked at before, where I could type in, "Thank you for calling, VotacCall. You've reached Dan's test auto attendant. Press 1 for this, press 2 for that." I could type all that out, or I could record it and it would call me. Or if you're having something professionally done, we can upload that right here. Okay. Now, if I wanted to monitor what option 1 does, I can look at it. I'll clear option 1 now so we can see what those choices would be. But you can forward a call to a user, to a conference, call queue, to the directory, send a call directly to voicemail, voicemail management, which is traditional call in and listen to your voicemails. We still support that as well. External phone number, so I could forward that to another number, another site. I could play a message for somebody if I just wanted to give some operational information, like if you were a doctor's office and you wanted to let someone know when flu shots are being given, for instance. All right, and then I could add another tier, repeat the prompt, etc. Click save, and I'm all done. Okay, next is where you manage your call queues. And we'll go ahead and just take a look again at my demo call queue, but I'll hit edit so you can kind of take a look. So what you've got is you can assign it to a department, a site. You've got round robin, longest idle. You've got ring all, which is going to be ringing all the phones. You have the ability to do a linear hunt, which is going to ring in an order. Linear cascade, which is going to ring certain phones in order depending on how they're set up. Or do a call park. You can also assign it to a phone number, collect statistics. Do I want to send messages to an agent? Okay. And then next page here, we'll look at pre-queue options. Okay, so do I want to require agents be in this queue or not? Require music on hold, max expected wait times, length, allow a callback. We have callback options now built into the solution, which is very helpful. Okay, forward if unavailable. Where do I want to send calls to if we're not available? Okay. Then from your in queue options, how long before you time out, etc. So all of this can be programmed right from here. Again, we will help you set all this up, but I just wanted you to see how easy this stuff is. Now to manage a time frame, I'm just going to come in and I'm going to say, okay, let's manage here's my demo time frame. And again, folks ask us about this all the time. What if I want to change the hours on when I'm open on Friday? We want to close early today. Well, you'd come in, you'd find your time frame that's assigned, and you could just say, okay, let's say this Friday we knew we were going to close at 2. We could just slide that down to 2 p.m. Okay, and hit save. On Monday when we came back in, we could slide that back up to 5 p.m. Okay, actually I set for 6, but oh, sorry, it is 5. My apologies. And then hit save again. Okay. Now, if you wanted to do a specific day or date, you could click add time frame, and you could give it a name, and then you could say specific days and times of the week. That's the one we just looked at. Or you could do specific date ranges, and you could say, okay, I want to choose, let's say today, starting at, let's say we said 2 p.m. until today at 5 p.m. when our regular menu would take back over again. All right, and I could do that, and I could hit save, or you could enter in a holiday, or anything that you needed to. Okay, so again, very easy to manipulate, to add. We have a holiday calendar here. It's quite a few holidays in it. I could delete these as I see fit, but if I wanted to add a new one, I just click the plus symbol here, and then down at the bottom, add in the ranges exactly like we saw it. Okay. So we've already got Thanksgiving built, so we don't need to do that. Next is your music on hold. Here's where you can upload your music. So you could click add music and upload a file. I'm going to keep moving here to inventory. So this is where you can see all your phone numbers, all your numbers that have been assigned to SMS or texting capabilities. You could look at all your phone hardware that's registered, what's not registered within the organization, your fax accounts, because we do have faxing now, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, your emergency endpoints and addresses as well can all be managed from here. Last but not least is your call history, and people find this very, very useful. So we'll go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, but I can sort any given date up to 30 days. So I could go back to last October, for instance, and I could say, okay, or we'll do September. September max range is 31 days, as you can see. So I'm going to go all the way back to September. And I'm going to say, okay, from here to here, and I'm going to look for a specific phone number, right? So I'll just say this phone number here. And what I'm going to see is all the times that I talked to that phone number. So there they are. Okay, if there was a recording available, it would show up right here. I don't believe any of these have recordings on them. But if they did, I would show up here and I could just play it directly from here. Well, we do have 4 pages of these, so maybe there's a chance that that we do have that. I'll just take a look quickly. I don't think so, though. No, I don't have any recordings available here. Okay, so I could schedule that. I could schedule an export of call data, and I can also export it. So again, if you ever need to know, okay, who did we talk to on this particular day, you can go pull that information. All right. The next thing that we're going to do, we're going to jump out of here, and I'm going to take a look, because I'm looking at as an office manager. I'm now going to look at the office manager's personal profile. So I'm going to go up here to Office Manager and go to My Account. You're going to see the icons change. So there they are. The icons just changed. Okay. And then with regards to active phones, it doesn't show that I have any. It shows that I have a new voicemail message, and I could play that right from here. I could also view the transcript. Hi, hope you're enjoying the demo. This is an example of a voicemail transcribed message. Have a great day. All right. And then as you move across, I've also got call history here. Now, this is what your end users would see when they log into the portal. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, well, we've never had this portal access before. That's true. Most folks have probably never logged into a portal. We do think it'll become part of their day. But for those folks who just need a phone on their desk, they're going to press their voicemail button, light on their phone. That doesn't change. They can still do things the same way that they've always done them. We also even have a setting called no portal access for somebody who you wouldn't want to give access to this. But we have different levels of access depending on what you want. You can talk that through with one of our support team or your project manager if you're just coming on board, and we'll be able to help you with that. Okay. From a call center perspective, this is where I could log myself in and out of queues that I was a member of. I could view how many call center calls that I'm in today or how many calls I've taken today. Average talk time, I can see statistics. Okay. And then I could let myself, I could go online if I was a member of a call center. Okay. And click it. I'm not in any call queues right now, but that's because I'm not logged into a phone. When I log myself in, we'll come back and take a look at this. This is my messages tab. So from here, you can see, I can see that voicemail message. I can also see my saved and trash messages. I could also adjust my own voicemail settings. So I'd be able to, these are those, change the greetings. Again, turn on transcription, turn transcription on and off. I can also do chat and SMS. So here's a message that came in a little while ago. Hello, Dan, I'd like some training. And I could reply to that right now. And I could say, oh, wonderful. Oh, sorry about my caps lock there. Okay. And that message will now have gone out again from my work number, which is showing to this phone number here. So from my work number to that number. Okay. I could also do a little emoji here. Say thumbs up. Okay. And I could send that as well. All right. Now, as we move across here, I'm going to go to my faxing. And if you take a look, at faxing here, what we've got, so I'll minimize this. By the way, you always have this contacts window here as well. That'll show you all the folks in the organization, who's on the phone, who's not. I can see Brandon's on the phone there. I can see other folks that are on the phone as well. Okay. Now I'm going to click on fax here. Sorry. Actually, so here's my inbox. If I had any faxes, they would show up in here. And then I could go to my sent files and I could actually send faxes from here as well. Forgive me, my demo user does not have faxing set up, but I will show you that in just a moment. Okay. Contacts. This is where I could manage contacts. I can manage my own personal answering rules. So if I wanted to create one for something, I could click add rule. Okay, and I could say, okay, I call forwarding always, for instance, and I could type in a phone number to forward to. Okay, when offline is one that's pretty useful. This would be when all my phones go offline. So I could do when offline and forward to my cell phone. That would mean that if I ever lost power at my company and my phone went offline, it would actually call me at my cell phone. Okay, and we can talk through some of those. And again, there's some training videos that we can direct you to, and I'll show you that page in just a few moments. Okay, so here's again where I can manage specific time frames. And I could add one if I wanted to. I'm just going to close that conversation so it stops popping up. It's just reminding me that I have an open text conversation. Okay, I could manage timeframes the same way we should, but these would be personal timeframes. I could manage my personal phones or personal devices. So you can see that I've got VotacallGo Go Mobile, VotacallGo Go Web Phone. Neither one of those is logged in currently, but I can log in just a moment. And then we also have a tab here that says Go Mobile. And what this would do is actually give you the App Store codes for Google Play and for Apple iPhone that you could actually just scan, and it would take you right to the app that you need. So again, you can tell your folks to log in, go to the Phones tab, click Go Mobile, scan that, and then log in using their Office 365 or Google credentials or credentials that we give to you, which would look like this, right? Username's right here as well, 6606@votacall.com. Okay. All right. And then from here, I can go to my own personal call history. Okay. So there's a call from me earlier. All right. And I can see that now. Now I'm going to show you a feature that's very interesting. We said at the beginning of this that we were going to take a look at some mobile apps. I know I'm running a little bit long here, and I apologize for that, but let's go ahead and just keep moving. So I'm going to actually stop my screen share here just for a moment. And we'll just go back to this here. So again, we've got our work from home and mobility. So we have two different ways to do that. One is from our mobile client, and the other is from our Go Mobile app. Okay. And I'll go ahead and just bring us over to the resources here. Vodacall.com/Vodacall One upgrade FAQs. So this is going to be some frequently asked questions. You've also got Vodacall.com/One training. Okay, and that is where you can reach all of your training documents. And then obviously you can always reach support at support.vodacall.com. But let's go ahead, and I'm going to do a screen share again, and we're going to just go ahead and we're going to take a look at, give me one sec. We're going to go ahead and take a look at how we get to the Vodacall Go Vodacall Go desktop. And then we're going to go ahead and show you how you get to the Go Mobile as well. All right. So if I click apps, I'm going to go to Vodacall Go web phone. And that's going to actually open up another tab. Okay. Which I'm just going to show you right here. It would have popped another tab, but I'm going to drop it into this window for sharing purposes. And you can see here that I have now logged in to my web phone. So on the left, you can see call center. So I can log myself in and out of my call centers. Okay, so if I log out, there we go. Log in, here we go. If I was a member of multiple call centers, I could see those all here. I can also see my stats. So remember earlier, I told you that I had one call. So you see some calls in there earlier, into my call center. Okay, I've also got multiple other stats, like how long I talked on a call center call today. And so these are very useful for anybody who's in a call center environment. I've got access to my contacts. If I wanted to call somebody here, I could. If I wanted to talk to Kelly or to Roy, I could also access my call history from here. So here's a bunch of phone calls that came in and out today for Kyle and Karen and John. Some calls from the outside world. Those are the ones without pictures. Now, if I wanted to make a call, I would just go down here, click on my dial pad, and I can dial any old phone number that I want. So I'll go ahead and just dial, there it is. I'll call this number. All right, and you can see there that that's a call now. Okay, and that call comes in, and once it's answered, I have the ability to mute that call, put it on hold, access a dial pad to do touch tone, add a call, transfer a call, park a call, switch phones to one of my other devices. I don't have any right now, sorry, but if I have my hard phone would show up there and I could actually transfer the call to my hard phone. I can view my contacts, or I can just hang up. So we talked a little bit about mobility, work from home. I have opened a browser on any computer. I log in using my credentials. Once I'm logged in, I launch my web phone and I can work, assuming that I have a microphone and headset, from anywhere. I mean, that's true mobility. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hang up on this call. All right. And we'll just keep going here. Here's my voicemail. So there's that same voicemail that you saw earlier. Hi, I hope you're enjoying the demo. This is an example of a voicemail message transcribed. Have a great day. All right. And if I wanted to play that, I could just click here and play it. I could forward it to somebody else. I could trash that message as well. Okay. Chat and SMS. Here's that same SMS chat that I had just a few minutes ago, and I could continue that conversation, or I could respond here. So for anybody who's going to be working and doing a lot of texting, this is a great format to do that from. Okay. You can actually dock these here and have multiple chat conversations going on as well. Here's my call parks. So I could park calls here, and if there was a call parked, I could see it, click on it, and pull it over to my phone. Again, my answering rules, and then I've got my greetings. So if I wanted to add another greeting, I could do that from here, record that greeting. Okay, and then I've got my settings. So choose my microphone, choose my audio output, ringtone, call waiting tone, etc. Okay, last but not least, I'm just going to go ahead and log out. Okay, so we're almost done, folks. I appreciate you staying with me. I know we started a few minutes early, and so that puts us, a few minutes late. So that actually puts us right about on time. One more thing I want to show you before we're done here, and that is the mobile client. And then I'll go ahead and highlight a couple of those pages that we talked about just a moment ago on the slide deck. You can download the slide deck. You can also watch this video again. If you've come to this now, this will be available on demand to you. It is being recorded, so you'll be able to watch this later on. So just give me one sec. Just going to change my screen share. And I'm going to go ahead and share a different screen with you guys. Okay, so you guys can see my mobile phone. I've got the login to VotacallGo Go mobile screen up here. Again, I could log in with my my login name and password that we provide for you, or as we prefer to do it, with Google Google credentials or Office 365. So I will do Office 365. And I'm going to go ahead and log in. So there I am. I arrive on my on my contacts page, and I can do all my contacts, coworkers, or shared. So I'll just look at coworkers here. If I wanted to talk to any one of these people, I could just go ahead and click on them, and it would actually call them. Okay. I can also view my voicemail. So there's that same voicemail we've looked at a couple times. Hi, I hope you're enjoying the demo. And if I wanted to listen to that, I could do that, forward it again. Same commands that you saw inside the Go web phone. Okay. And then here you've got your text messaging. So there's that same text message exchange, and I could respond here. All righty. And then as we keep going through this, I'm going to go back, take a look very quickly. Here's my call history, and I could call any one of these people back. I could call them, send them an SMS message. And last but not least, it's probably not last, actually. We should look at how to make a phone call, but I can manage my answering rules, my greetings. I could log out all from here as well. And then here's my dial pad. So if I wanted to make a phone call to somebody, I would just go ahead and dial. Like I could call. Okay, you can hear that phone ringing on the phone next to me. I go ahead and pick it up. Alrighty. And there I am. I'm now on the phone. I could put it on speaker. I could add a call, hold, transfer. Again, switch phones to another phone, or just hang up. Okay. So that's a quick view on some of our mobility options. So again, you can use your standard desk phones. You can use a web phone. You can use a Go mobile, VotacallGo Go web phone. You have access to all these features. So you as an office manager can manage different people's profiles. You've also got that ability, you've got that ability to have your individual employees logging into our portals, to the MyVotacall portal, and getting used to having all these extra features. Again, for anybody who doesn't want these turned on, that's fine. I mean, we can eliminate the ability to record phone calls. If you don't want to let people record phone calls, we can turn that on. Again, any questions, please email support@votacall.com, as you see there on the screen. Also, www.votacall.com/one-training. I'll just go ahead and show you that very quickly. And I'll share my screen with you again. That's right here. Okay. So here is VotacallOne training, a little video on getting started with the portal. that'll kind of walk you through. This is, we've taken 35 minutes, but this will be a 10-minute version of flying through the portal and showing you all the different features and functionality that you can let your folks watch. Getting started, downloading the app, a quick look around the app, making and receiving phone calls on the VotacCall Go app. Okay, that's the Go Mobile, by the way. VotacCall Go Web Phone, using VotacCall Go Web Phone as a call center agent. Button programming. Here's one on getting started with your Yealink phone and another with getting started on your Polycom phone. So if you have Polycom phones, you can watch this if you have Yealink, and this will walk you through setting up your voicemail for the first time, recording greetings for the first time, transferring calls, anything that you would do normally with a phone. You can go ahead and watch that. Okay, and then you've got logging into a queue, adding disposition notes. We didn't talk about those, but you can add notes to phone calls, sending a fax, receiving a fax, creating a room for collaboration if you're an administrator. Again, adding custom music on hold. So quite a few things, and we're constantly adding to this. So if there's anything that you find, I would love there to be a video on that. Please just let us know. Okay. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. We're just a few minutes over, but I'm going to go ahead and take some questions now. So if anybody has any questions for me, this would be the right time to go ahead and get those rolling. I do see one coming in here. Okay. Okay, just hold on. Just reading through a couple of these here. How do I reset my voicemail pin? That is a great question. I know we didn't look at it specifically, but let's go ahead. I'm assuming you mean as an admin. So if you want to add anything to that, but I'll show you how to do it as an administrator. Just give me 1 second. Just going to change my screen share here. I'm going to log back in. Okay, there's that emergency address notification again. If I was an admin and somebody forgot their password, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can always email support@votacall.com and say, can you reset this user's password? We'll just take care of it for you. But let's say you wanted to come in and reset, let's see, Dan Nicklin's password. You'd come into here, click here. Actually, Dan Nicklin is a bad choice. Give me 1 second. I apologize. And I'll tell you why. Dan's also an admin. That's me. We're viewing my profile right now. That is for the demo, and that's my personal profile. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and I'll look at this profile. Okay, you would be able to scroll down here to the bottom and change voicemail pin, and you'd be able to go ahead and just put in a new voicemail pin. Your default voicemail pin is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 typically, but if you have any trouble getting in, please let us know. But you get to reset your pin here and just click save. Okay, so again, that's right at the bottom of the profile of a user. Now, if I was in my personal, so I'm going to come up here again. We did this a few minutes ago. I'm going to come out of the manager portal, and I'm going to go right up to the voicemail of my account. So this is my personal portal. This is what your end user would see. Again, this is your end user. They'd be able to go. Actually, if they want to change their portal, I apologize. That is going to need to be, there's a place where they can click. Hang on, sorry. Go to profile. And they can reset their password here. I apologize. I always do it from the other position. But if I needed to reset a password here again, so let's do that one more time. So they're in their own profile. They would come up to Office Manager, click on Profile. Okay, and as you can see here, they can adjust their PIN down at the bottom and click Save. Okay. Any other questions? I see one here on timeframes. Okay, I know we did that just a minute ago, but I'll go ahead and show you that again. So go to Manage Organization. Okay, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to timeframe. So this would be how you set a holiday, for instance, or how you change hours. So we'll start with the demo time frame, and I'll show you hours. So come right into here, And again, we looked at this a minute ago, but you'll have one of these programmed if you already have hours that you need to set. If you don't have hours set already and you want to add hours to like when the phone rings and when it doesn't, or an auto attendant, I would reach out to support there, and we can walk you through setting that up for the first time. But after it's set up, it's just as easy as sliding these around. Okay. And adjusting those as well. Okay. And then for dates, like, so here's one called snowstorm. So if you wanted to have another snowstorm, nobody wants another snowstorm, but let's say there was one coming, you could click the plus symbol here and you could just choose the day. Let's say it was going to snow today. You'd choose this here, set your hours that you want that to be on, and then move on from there. Okay. Any other questions? Those seem to be the two that had come in through what we took a look at. Okay, I'll just give it another minute here in case anybody thinks of something. Okay. No, nothing coming in yet. All righty. Well, I will say this. Thank you very much. Thank you for being a VotacCall customer, VotacCall client. You know, we really value our clients, and we hope that we show you that every day, or at least when you need us. If you have any questions as this stuff comes up, again, 24/7, 365 support, you can always reach out to. You could shoot me an email if you have my email address, or reach out to your project manager that brought you on board or that you're going through onboarding with right now. And we would be happy to help you at any time. We're always here for you. So, okay. Well, thank you very much, folks. I'm going to go ahead and end this. Again, you'll be able to watch this on repeat, and you'll be able to view the slide deck as well. Thank you very much for coming, and have a good day.